In this video, I'm going to show you the exact strategy I used to get clients using LinkedIn in 2021 without spamming people, and it's different to 2020. But before we begin, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon. I'm going to be bringing out videos on B2B demand generation topics from cold emailing, LinkedIn automation, and especially LinkedIn advertising every single week. So the first thing you need to look at is your profile on LinkedIn. And there are a few different elements here, but it's really important to treat this like a landing page. If people are coming to this page for, the reasons I'm going to explain to you in a minute, and you're getting attention and, people actually visiting this page, I get a few hundred people every single week visiting my page. So it's really important to treat it like a landing page. You're hoping that the right types of people are coming, the kind of people who are going to hire you or use your company or want to buy your product. So therefore, you need to think about what people are thinking when they hit this. You're not thinking about yourself and how you look. You're thinking about what you want people to do, and that's the whole point. You need to have a clear call to actions. So the first thing they're going to really look at is the images. That's the first thing that draws their eye. So it's got to be good. For example, this banner. Most people ignore the banner and don't do anything like custom here. I would do like a question or something like I have, are you doing LinkedIn ads? So anyone who comes here knows straight away, okay, this is kind of a LinkedIn ads kind of person. I've got this crazy unicorn and rainbow, but that's just my style. And then obviously you got to have a good picture of your profile image. LinkedIn will be releasing a few different features where, well, one is they've already released where you can have your little voice memo here, and you can just say a few words, which again, you should keep it really concise, say what you do and have a call to action. And soon it's even going to have video, which is really exciting, but I would utilize that for sure. So the next thing you need to look at is this part here, which is the headline. And, a lot of people like to say things like what they do, like I help, ... So you kind of call out who you help and how you help. So that's a good thing to do. I used to have that. At the moment, I have just what I do because it's a bit specialist, it's a bit different, and it's enough for people to go, okay, this guy really knows B2B paid social. So that works for me. But just generally speaking, you want to call out who you're helping and how you can help them. So they straight away know that at the right place and potentially they can, reach out to you. The next part here is the about section, which you can go into more detail, and you should definitely have a call to action here. So you should link it up to where you want people to go to, and I've got my email address here, which I'm happy to give. If anyone wants to email me, they're very welcome to. But this goes into a little bit more detail about what you do and how you help, basically, again. And you should it's use copy to your best advantage to convince people to take the actions. This feature page is really useful. In a minute, I'm going to talk about content, but definitely put the parts that you want people to look at the most on the featured section. So I have this masterclass, LinkedIn Ads Masterclass, but in the masterclass, I'm actually upselling a course at the end. So I really like when people click on that, watch the masterclass, and then potentially even buy the course on autopilot. So that's quite cool. But yours could be, for example, something to do more with schedule call. You might have a masterclass, which the call to action is like, call me at the end, and you've taught them a thing or two about what you do and how you do it. Here you go. I've had 659 people who viewed my profile in recent times, some activity. So yeah, this is the standard stuff. Just fill this out all. And it's not that difficult, but yeah, definitely the main things you need to think about are the above the fold, which is all of this section here, which is the photos. Definitely look into the banner photo, plus the title and some call to actions. So step number 2 is to use automation to connect with lots of people. But there's a caveat here. Don't spam people. This is really important. Most people use automation to basically do the messaging sequence thing, where they'll message number 1, a connection request. They'll say, hey, I want to connect with you for some kind of reason. It feels a bit hollow. And already trust levels are a little bit kind of on edge. And then they'll follow up, sometimes stupidly, immediately. But even if they're clever enough to do it the next day, the follow-up will be either a sales pitch, or they're following some random person who told them to try to give value, but the value they're trying to give feels empty. So it's just fake kind of value. And it's just a great way to lose trust with people straight away. So don't use automation systems to basically spam people, to send them message after message. We all know we've all received these. We receive these every single day. So don't be one of those people. because it just doesn't really work. It used to work maybe in 2019 when it was a little bit newer, and actually worked really well. But we're in 2021 now. It does not work anymore because too many people are using the platform just to spam each other. So people just get pissed off very, very quickly. So don't do that. But what you can do is use automation. I use Dux-Soup. This is one of the automations I would recommend. I am an affiliate, and there's a link below if you want to click on that. But basically, Dux-Soup is a LinkedIn automation tool where you can do all those things that all the automation tools can pretty much do the same. But basically, I would use it in two ways, and it's really effective if you just do it in these two ways. And the first way is to connect with as many people as possible, but don't follow up with spam. Just send the first connection request, which is, hey, I'd love to connect for whatever reason. That's it. Don't do anything else after that. Just get the connections, because the reason why this works is because everyone you're connecting with, the more connections you have on LinkedIn, the more people are going to see the content and your post that you do, which is in step number 3. I'm going to go over this in a minute. But basically, when you post something, a larger pool of people are going to see it. There's more chance for it to go viral. And generally speaking, everyone you're connecting with, as you connect, they're going to be curious about who you are, because when you connect, you end up going to the notification section, and you even get into their email box. LinkedIn will send them an email saying, Phil has looks at your profile and he's trying to connect to you. So they'll get notified in email as well as in the notifications. So you get noticed. So a lot of these people, there will be some kind of click-through rate, will go and click on your profile. And that's why you've now optimized your profile. So, if they're looking for the offer you have, potentially they're going to reach out to you. The second thing you should be doing with Dux-Soup or any other automation tool, I recommend Dux-Soup. Dux-Soup is a great one, but you can use any automation tool. It doesn't really matter. A lot of them do similar kind of things. But the second thing you should be doing is once you've done enough connection requests, say it's 50 a day, then you shouldn't really be doing too much more, just because LinkedIn might, penalize you in some way. So just stick to 50, 60 a day maximum. That's enough. But what you can then do is do profile views, which basically you can view up to like 1,000 profiles a day. And the reason why that's good is, again, LinkedIn will show up in a notification that that someone has viewed your profile, which basically, notifies them even in an email box that you've gone on their profile and you check them out. So they've received that notification. So some of these people are going to click on yours to see who's this person who's checking me out, and they'll see your profile. And that's what goes back into the optimized profile. It's important that your profile is optimized really clearly. And so you can literally just do a few hundred to 1,000 profile views, all on autopilot. Again, this is simple. You just use Dux-Soup or some other automation tool. Again, affiliate link down below. And just basically profile view as many people as is physically allowed. And you're going to be getting a lot of some of that click rate, even if it's a tiny click rate, because you can view so many in the background. Just get on with your day working. It's all on autopilot, Dux-Soup. Then you're going to get a lot of profile views yourself, and a percent. If you're targeting your ICP, your ideal client profile, say it's the marketing directors or the CTOs, and you just need CTOs, and you're just targeting CTOs, you're looking at every CTO's profile in the world, some of those guys are going to come and check out your profile. Some of them are going to be in the market for what you do, and you've optimized your profile page to tell clearly what you do, and therefore they're going to be like, oh cool, let's reach out to him. I actually am in need of this right now. So it's really great. And step number 3 is create content. Like, go all out on content on LinkedIn. LinkedIn's amazing. The algorithm is going to a new place compared to Facebook or other platforms, because LinkedIn has something called a Robin Hood algorithm, and basically it's encouraging and rewarding new content creators and basically pushing the content out much further. So you get much bigger reach on LinkedIn than other platforms, and your reach is to a very high level, high profile, high quality type of individual. The types of people who are on LinkedIn are the marketing directors, CEOs, these kind of people. They're exactly the types of people that probably, if you're a consultant, a B2B SaaS company, or a freelancer, it's probably the type of audience that you want attention from. So by following step number 1, which is to optimize your profile, step number 2, which is automating the connections, and step number 3, is now to create as much content as possible, because as you connections grow and you start creating more and more content, these connections are going to see that content. And because, it's not really like about having millions, it's about having thousands. That's all we need, because all you need is 1 in 1,000 or 1 in a couple hundred to actually reach out to you and go, hey, I'm in the market for your service, or I'm in the market for your products. I want to talk to you about that. And this happens to me all the time. My reach is tiny. I'm only getting like 230 views on this video, but 177, 288. It's not a huge amount, but if you regularly post, I'm literally getting, because I'm posting videos exactly on what I do for a living, what I want people to hire me for. After a while, these people start to notice me and say, okay, Phil's the guy about LinkedIn ads. He's talking about it a lot. And so let's reach out to him. And, they might not be in the market for it today, but in the future, there's a potential that I'll trigger their memory when they're thinking, oh, actually, this is something I need to try. We need to try out LinkedIn advertising. So that, especially if I keep getting in front of them with this kind of content. So create content is tip number 3. Around the service you do, or around the product, or basically around the way you help people. So whatever your solution is, however you help people, your video should be trying to give as much value and give as much as possible to help people solve the problem for themselves. Some of them will try to just do it themselves. Others will actually reach out to you and go, this is too complicated, or I don't have enough time, so I want you to do this for me.
So I hope this video is useful. Hope you get loads of clients. And I do have an affiliate link to Dux-Soup in the description below. If you want to learn more about B2B outbound strategies, make sure you watch this video popping up here.